Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Intelligent Training Holistic Health. We are your hosts, James and
Friend.
no, Francesca.
I don't even know why I even tried to bother joining in then. Please.
So we are back, everybody. We've been away for, I just realized the last episode was posted in November 2023. So nearly 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And a lot has happened in that time. So in this episode, we are going to discuss what has happened in that time and why we have been so lazy.
Why are you talking so weird?
It's my radio voice.
I don't like it.
Oh, and also going to discuss fat loss. But my normal voice is like this, very monotone.
No, it's not. When you talk normally to me, you're up and down.
Um,
Probably because you're shouting at me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So what have we been up to?
Well, we moved.
So previously when we were recording these episodes, we were back in the lovely
Somerset.
Somerset. Yes.
I think that's why we stopped really, wasn't it? Because we moved
Yeah, we were leaving. And then we
and
just didn't we didn't have a podcast studio set up like we did back in Somerset. It wasn't a studio, it was a
dining room.
dining room. And now
We just
we're
never
in
sorted it
my
out.
office.
Yeah. Which
Um,
I like. I like.
yeah, it's very nice. But we are now back. So this will be a regular occurrence. This is going to be a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be back. This is actually probably the only time I get to see Franny throughout the week.
Yeah, he's been really well. We both of us have been really busy at the moment, but James particularly really busy, and you've just been in the office the whole time, haven't you?
Yeah.
So we thought one, we'll bring them back the podcast because every time we go out for a walk, every time we do anything, we always end up talking about
You,
me.
rant.
No, I usually go,
Franny goes off for a long time.
yeah.
From the moment we open the door, she will not shut up until we get back. And then she always says, "Oh, so how are you?"
No, because if I don't talk on the walk, you won't say any. Honestly, trying to get information out of you is trying to get blood out of a stone. And
Yeah.
I don't talk to anybody else about the stuff I talk to you about, really, do I? Apart from like my mum and stuff. Um, but and obviously Jenny. These are like the people I speak to on the phone all the time. But apart from that, I don't really get to chat too much. And if I don't speak
Yeah.
on the walk, we'd probably walk in silence, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Because I'll ask you something, it'll be like a one word
Yeah.
answer, and I'll try and get more out of you, and you just
And it's tough. But well, a lot of things we do to talk about coaching related.
yeah, that's what.
So, and health and fitness related.
Yeah, and just stuff with clients, like
Yeah.
general topics that come up, and we're always just kind of airing it with each other, aren't we, and stuff.
Yeah.
So we thought
And
it'd
then we
be,
always say, "Oh, this would be a good podcast."
yeah, because we obviously are always talking about what we're debunking with clients,
Yeah.
what are challenging with clients, and it usually ends up being what everyone has challenges with. So we think it's probably a good idea just to
Get
save it and,
yeah.
and save it for the podcast.
Get out there.
But anyway, so we've moved to the
Cotswolds.
Cotswolds.
And it is a lovely place. It has been fantastic. One thing that's not lovely is the clay. And
No.
we have just had a fabulous summer. If you live in England, you know that.
Mhm.
But it's been a wicked summer. And here it's a lot of fields. So compared to where we are in Somerset, a lot
Yeah.
of hills. You can go anywhere. And even though it gets a little bit muddy, it's not clay. But here in the Cotswolds, because they have lovely limestone houses, limestone is very clayey from the ground.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of slipping and a lot of sticking to forest.
I nearly slid over today on my way.
It's the worst. So if you go out for a walk now, where we normally go for a walk, you just get absolutely covered in clay and it
Yeah.
just sticks to the bottom of your feet and you're essentially dragging along an extra 2, 3 kilos on each foot.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hectic.
Yeah.
So it's not brilliant. So going into the winter, I'm going to be even more miserable on these podcasts.
No, you're not. You're gonna have a lovely time. No. But yeah, so we've moved and we've just been kind of making friends,
Yeah, making a lot of friends,
building a bit of our own.
mainly through paddle tennis,
Yeah. Yeah, a
through
lot.
spanking bottoms in paddle.
Yes,
If
you
anybody
do.
follows my Instagram, you'll know.
Yeah, you do a lot of bottom spanking,
I
don't
do a
you?
lot of bottom spanking in
Yeah.
and outside of the house.
Lovely.
I'm joking. Yeah, so there's been a lot of bottom spanking,
Yeah.
but it has been an awesome way to meet new people.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, sports clubs are just the best for meeting new people
Yeah.
because you're all there, everyone has fun, especially paddle. Don't Morris. Shh. Um, yeah, it's just the best. Everyone just has a few drinks afterwards. It's good camaraderie. You have a good fun in the game. Everyone's chatting, everyone's laughing. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and you're not short of decent pubs around here to go for food and drinks, are you?
No,
It's
no.
wicked.
Yeah, it's a brilliant spot.
Yeah, it's lovely. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of play.
A lot of work, a lot of play. Yeah.
Um,
And
and
talking of bottom spanking, we've been trying to have a child.
on a more personal note, yeah, so we left Somerset and then got settled here, didn't we? And then we've kind of been chatting back and forth. I'm sure there'll be people that can relate, and I'm going to be totally honest when I say this. We've
It's been an absolute pleasure for us trying to make a business.
it's been
No,
it's been horrendous. No, I'm joking. It's just been we've been up and down about
having
having
kids.
having children, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been so up and down about it that I think we've been trying, but not trying in the sense where
We have been.
no, I know,
We
but
haven't been on your military schedule that you try and give me everything.
no, I don't. No, what I mean is like I haven't been doing like the basal body temperature all the time and tracking every last moment. But so let's rewind it back. I can't remember. It was about a year ago in May, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We decided we were going to start trying, and then I think it was like that month that we had tried, like initially sort of kind of gone, okay, we'll make it a thing and we'll just actively kind of try.
Yeah.
I ended up having a positive pregnancy test or
Yeah.
a couple of positive pregnancy tests. And so we were super excited. We were going to go away for my brother's birthday, weren't we? And
We
we were
were. Yeah.
flying, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were going to go away.
We did go away.
Well, we did go away, yeah. So we took the dog back to Somerset, didn't we, to stay with your parents? And then when we got back, very, very personal, I ended up bleeding, didn't I? So then we had to go to the hospital. Oh no, that was after we'd got back from Austria.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was before. Of course it was. It was after. So we'd gone to pick Forest back up, hadn't we? Anyway, had a bleed. Turns out I had a miscarriage, an early miscarriage, which is pretty common, but it
Yeah,
was,
you don't realize how common it is until you go through it. You think, oh man, that's rubbish. And then you go
yeah,
through it and then you talk to a few people and they're like, oh yeah, man, that happened to me. And then you realize it's very common.
yeah. Not taking
Yeah.
away that it's not
No, no,
awful,
no, no, I'm not saying it doesn't suck, and obviously it does suck, but
but it's kind
it's
of,
yeah, it's a lot more common than you think. And until you start expressing these feelings and talking to people, you just don't really understand any of it. You do.
no,
It's
no,
all
no. You can empathize, but you can't really
no,
understand what someone's going
no.
through.
And that's why we've mentioned it on the podcast because there probably are a lot of people going through these things, they're having these feelings. And I know when we went through it to start with, you think like you're the only people going through it
Mm.
until you start talking to people, then you're like, oh shit, everyone kind of goes through it.
And it's
Or lots of people
also
do go through it.
just to bear in mind that, yes, healthy lifestyle,
Yeah,
eating well, exercising, getting our bloods done all the time,
yeah,
all of these things are obviously going to aid in our chances of conceiving or
yeah,
having a healthy pregnancy. Of course they are. But infertility is like cancer and everything. It doesn't discriminate.
no,
So although all these things can help towards a positive outcome, it's not necessarily going to bring you one.
yeah,
So I think that was something for me personally. I started to question everything immediately after because your hormones are all over the place and you're upset and you were excited and then you're upset and all that kind of rubbish that I kind of internally I was just going over and over like what have I done? Like I try my hardest. We don't drink that much.
mhm.
I'm so militant on making sure that I
Food,
have
everything.
good food, good
Yeah,
healthy lifestyle, everything, get out in nature, all the stuff that you
yeah,
would expect to help and does help, but it isn't gonna just magically.
no, no. Just because you're healthy doesn't mean anything.
No,
You
so
die tomorrow.
yeah, but I just think that's an important thing to mention because
Yeah,
I think other women and men too will probably think the same thing, like, well, we're really healthy and
yeah, yeah,
that must mean that it's okay. And
yeah.
obviously it's not. There's loads of other factors.
No, there's a lot that goes into it. And tomorrow, no, Friday, I've got a date with a cup
Yeah, so
for a semen analysis.
it's been about a year now, hasn't it?
Yeah, so now it's been over a year.
Of trying.
We've been trying. and it's not happening.
No.
So
Now we're going, well, I'm
my
having
friend
blood
needs to get blood
tests.
tests, and I've got to
Put some semen in a cup
put some semen in a cup, basically,
and take
and then
it.
drive it as fast as I can. So we our closest big hospital apparently is Coventry, which is about 50 miles away. No, 50 minutes
50
away.
minutes.
And I spoke to the lady on the phone, and they said, "You get your specimen into the cup, and it will be a specimen if it's coming from me. So get your specimen into a cup, and you've got to get it here within the hour." So I've got to really time this. And she said, "Oh, put it in your coat pocket because you want to keep it warm as well." So I'm thinking I'm probably going to put the heated seats on, keep it warm, and then I'm going to have to rush there.
Wrap it in a blanket, put it on the
Wrap it
heated seat.
in, stick it on the heated seat, and I'm going to have to try and rush it there. But what a crazy thing. I thought, because I've watched it on films, I assumed you just go into the doctor's office, you go into a room, hopefully no one's filming, and then you have to do your thing into a cup. But apparently not. Apparently now you do it from home. Everybody works from home these days, so apparently you do it from home now, and then
Oh,
you've got to drive it in.
well, thank God, because it is a bit of pressure, isn't it?
Oh, it's a bit of pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Jeez Louise.
that's our next step anyway with that old journey.
And we can actually tell you what the other step is because this won't be coming out by this week, will it? No.
No, no, we're trying to do 2 weeks prior so
Yeah,
that we
so we're going
can.
to fill some podcasts up so the lag never happens again. But we will have another little Vizsla puppy,
Yeah.
probably called Duchess.
Yeah, we think it's pretty much
We're thinking
decided
Duchess.
that Duchess is her
From
name.
the Aristocats Disney film, which is, if you've never seen it, you've got to see it. It's a great film.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're
so yeah,
adding
we're adding, we can't make real babies, so we're gonna have
fur
furry babies
babies.
instead.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah. So none of our family know yet. So we
No,
are,
nobody knows actually.
nobody knows. So we're literally driving towards the Lake District
Yeah,
on,
North Wales, Lake District way.
yeah, Saturday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're
Saturday.
hotel booked.
Yeah. And then we're going to get the
Pick the
puppy
puppy
on
Saturday
Sunday.
evening, drive it back Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've got paddle
And then you've got a
Estelle.
paddle.
I've
Yeah.
got paddle semi-finals and possibly finals on Saturday. And then paddle Estelle on Sunday. It's a paddle weekend.
It's a bottom spanking
It's a
weekend.
bottom spanking weekend. It is,
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
So that's where we're at the moment. So we shall keep you posted because of our age, because we're getting on a bit now.
6 years of age.
Because of our age, even though I'll be having blood tests and you'll be having your semen analysis,
Yeah.
it's pretty much guaranteed that we're going to get referred to a fertility clinic anyway
Yeah.
and go through other stuff. So we'll keep you posted on what those things might be, just in case you are about to do the same journey or you've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
And you're not the only person going through it.
No, no.
Uh, yeah.
So that's pretty much where we're at the moment, up
That
to
is where
date
we're at.
wise with life, isn't it?
It really is.
And really, we've just been, apart from that, we've just been working a lot. You mean clients?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of clients, a lot of interesting clients, more athletes. Some I can't talk about, some I can talk about. We put together a 4 week free coaching, which we'll get actually, that's what we wanted to go into. So we wanted to get into some fat loss actually. Because obviously it's the end of the summer, a lot of
Mm.
people probably at the beginning of the summer said, "Ooh, I want to lose a bit of weight." And then got to the end of the summer and realized, "Oh, I didn't lose any weight."
Mm.
So we've put together a 4 week free fat loss coaching series that you can download for free. That we can link it in the description.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure we can.
We'll link it in the description. But in there, there's everything you need. There's workout programs in there, a diet assessment, which I think is a very good thing for people. This is what I do with like all of my online clients. I'll take them through a whole assessment week. So they go through like training, they have questionnaires, and then they have a whole diet assessment, which looks at all of their like kind of macronutrients, their calories, their steps, their training, their complete food diary for the week. So if you are looking to lose weight, I would say download this free resource. But if you don't want to download a free resource, then if you write down everything you eat for an entire week, it's so much easier once it's in front of you. You can see it all laid out. You can start picking out things and be like, oh, I eat too many of these crisps, for example, or I have a few too many beers here. It's so much easier to start eliminating things rather than you just thinking in your head, oh, what did I have this week?
Mm.
Which just makes it so much more difficult. So seeing it laid out in front of you is such a helpful way to look at things and then for you to start manipulating things. So all of that is within the the 4 weeks free coaching. So the assessment week, I would say, is a very important thing. There's supplementation in there. There's what to do if you hit a plateau, so when your weight stops. There's a whole bunch of things in there.
Yeah. I also think it's really good because everyone says, well, I know what to do, I'll just eat better.
Yeah,
And that's such a broad statement,
yeah,
and it doesn't give you any structure. I think writing down what you eat as well. I don't know about you, but I always get with clients, I'm like, right, first thing you got to do is write down everything you eat.
yeah,
And then when I go over it with them, they're like, oh, I didn't want to write this down because I thought, you would think that that's really bad. And I'm like, well, if you write down
yeah,
everything that's perfect, how am I going to help you?
yeah,
Like the whole point is to write down literally everything you have. It doesn't matter what you think I think it's, what you think I'm going to think it's like. I
yeah.
don't care what it's like. I
No,
really don't care. There is no good or bad. It's just you need to track everything because if you're not tracking everything,
yeah. You,
how are you going to manipulate your
yeah, that's it.
food?
So the people that have adverse reactions to tracking, you really need to track your food.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to track," but it's just another roadblock to you never losing weight again
Mm.
or never losing weight. If you track, then you actually get to see what you're consuming and tracking. Always said, tracking your calories and macronutrients for a month will be hands down the best thing you'll ever do for your nutrition. Because you get to figure out what is in every single food that you're eating. Then you can start realizing, Jesus Christ, this handful of peanuts I have is like 300 calories
Mm.
and it's mostly fat.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a lot of people, like my mum, will say, "Oh, there's a lot of protein in peanuts." No, there's not a lot of protein in peanuts. Just because they say, "Oh, high protein on the blooming," was it Heinz
Marketing.
or whatever?
I don't know.
No, not Heinz, but whatever the HP.
I don't know what
Was
they
it
are.
peanuts? Peanut brand. Anyway, they say high protein. They're not high protein. You've been tricked,
Yeah.
people. So yeah, so tracking food for a decent period of time is literally the best thing you'll ever do for your nutrition. Granted, it's a ball ache. Granted, you're gonna have to weigh some food. Granted, you might have to scan a few barcodes, and it makes going out for dinner a lot harder.
Mm.
But if you want to lose weight, you're gonna have to do something that you're not currently doing because what you're currently doing is not working.
Yeah. And leaving your head in the clouds
Yeah,
and just trying to broadly eat better doesn't work because you're not analyzing your behaviors or your diet. And so much of this kind of fat loss, it's okay. My number one pet hate, I absolutely hate it on social media. I'm sure it comes from a really good place, but like everything with social media, it gets blown to the other end. And that is intuitive eating. Intuitive eating and intuitive movement. Intuitive anything annoys the hell out of me. And I just cannot get on board with it because I would even with everything we've got in this world at the moment, with all the distractions of social media and all the things going on, you have no idea. You are so out of tune with your
yeah,
signals, with your body, especially if you are chronically stressed and you're tired because you've got so much stuff going on at work, plus you've got a family to feed and kids things going on left, right, and center, and you're trying to sort your own life out. Like there is no time you can't listen to your body. Your body's not giving you any of the right signals, especially if you're
yeah.
out of routine and out of structure. So
And if you're overweight,
yeah,
metabolically and your hormones will be skewed, so you won't be getting the correct signals
no,
anyway.
exactly. So all of these things do not align with intuition.
Yeah.
And even I would say at a stage I'm at now where I don't track calories anymore, I kind of roughly know how to eyeball because we've done it for so long. I know how to eyeball food. Even so, do I still want to sit on the sofa and watch Netflix and wrap myself in a blanket instead of going to the gym? Yes.
But you have, this is another thing. So with the whole intuitive eating, it will have all come from a place of people will have tracked for a very, 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 very long time, know everything about nutrition, and then say, right now I'm intuitively eating. So you can intuitively eat. I can intuitively eat. I know what my body needs. I don't need to track anything. And I went back to tracking recently just because I want to just start tracking things, just to know what my clients are going through, learn the app a bit more. And I was pretty much bang on with what I was eating. But because I'd spent best part of a decade tracking absolutely everything I eat, I've earned the right to be able to intuitively eat. But it's the people that say they've tracked for a long time and then say, oh no, I'm just intuitively eating, you're then teaching people that have never tracked in their life to intuitively eat and they don't have a clue. So
Yeah.
that's where it all goes wrong.
But also, even you were then starting to measure out your smoothie
Yeah.
and you were like,
Oh,
oh,
yes, 1,000
a
calories.
lot more calories than I
Yeah.
initially thought.
Yeah.
So even with,
Yeah. So even me, I was definitely out. Yeah, on certain things, I was 100% out.
yeah, and also I do think it does come from that, but it also, and I see this from more of the female side, is it comes from a lot of females who have over exercised and underate their whole life.
Yeah.
And they've been so obsessive about tracking that it's possibly got a little bit disordered,
Yeah.
that they are trying to go away from that,
Yeah.
which I completely understand. They're trying to go away from that obsessive behavior that they have, but they've gone so far the other end
Yeah.
that they're now not pushing themselves. Like we've lost that go in the gym and push yourselves even if you're a bit tired. We're now just going, oh, we feel a bit tired, let's have a rest day. Your body loves movement. It wants to be nourished. You know, you can diet. I think it's what it's happened is it's sort of it's influenced women now to feel like that possibly they can't have the goal of losing weight because everyone's saying, well, if you do that and you start tracking calories, it's obsessive.
Yeah.
And it's not. For some, it is, yes, if you know you're that type of way, perhaps that's not the best route for you at the moment until
Yeah.
you fix those issues. But if you're coming from a healthy place of, yeah, well, I actually just don't feel very good at this weight. I do want to lose a little bit of weight. I do want to feel better in myself. I want to be leaner. I want to be stronger.
Yeah.
Then tracking is such a brilliant tool to start.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with having that goal if you want to lose weight.
Nothing wrong with it.
I've I've lost weight a million times. I've chubbed up and lost weight a million times. And trust me, being leaner is a million times better than being a bit heavier. Even the last time I leaned up when it was just before, it must have been during the last podcast. Yeah, during the last podcast,
Oh,
some of
wow.
the episodes I had a little goatee and then I
Mm.
leaned up and became a new man and shaved the goatee. No, so during that period, I lost 10 kilos. Probably didn't look like someone who needed to lose 10 kilos, and I wouldn't. 10 kilos wasn't what I needed to lose. I lost more than I needed to lose because I just wanted to get ripped as possible.
Mm.
And yeah, didn't do too badly. But during that process, I felt so much better, so much healthier. When I was playing tennis, because we were back in Somerset at that point, I'd move around the court so much better. I wouldn't be out of breath.
I
Oh,
know, I feel
Jesus.
a bit like that today.
As out of breath as much.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's just 10 kilos from somebody who didn't really need to lose 10 kilos. So if you do feel like you are overweight a little bit, trust me, losing a bit of weight is one of the best things you'll do. You feel more confident, you feel better. I'll be happy to take my top off. You just feel better in yourself. And yeah, don't let like the intuitive eaters or intuitive movers or the people that have given up on themselves deter you from losing a bit of weight.
Yeah. I don't let them influence you if deep down you keep having the same thought of, I just don't feel good. Like if you just don't feel great at a certain size or whatever it is, it's okay to want to lose the weight.
Yeah.
And it sometimes it's great. I remember being like, what am I now? Oh, okay, I was like 5 to 10 kilos heavier. And although I had some good muscle and I felt strong, I hated wearing normal clothes. I just felt like I just don't know, it just didn't feel like it sat right on my frame.
Yeah.
I didn't feel as good. I felt because of the heaviness, I felt a bit more weighty. I didn't feel as springy.
Yeah.
I didn't feel as athletic, and I love athletic movement at the same time. And just losing a few kilos and then, managing to stay at that weight for good, and then manipulating things when I maybe want to go up or down, depending on what my goal is. I feel 100 times better.
Yeah.
A
You
hundred
you
times
you
better.
100% do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you definitely do.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and that's it. And with dieting, obviously, if you're gonna diet, it can suck. So trying to condense the suck is a really good thing to do. So instead of a lot of people will do like a 5-10% calorie deficit,
Mm.
expand that to like 30-40% if you have a decent amount of weight to lose, and you're gonna lose it way quicker and it will suck, but it's going to suck for a lot less time. And when you do go into a deficit that is quite aggressive like that, you honestly won't be quite as hungry. It's like when I've done a lot of fasting recently. Just I did a 3 day fast last month or months before. And day one can be a little bit rough, but hit day two, day three, and it feels like nothing.
Hmm.
And that's just drinking water, nothing else. So if the more aggressive you do go, the easier it can become. But if you are in a like 5-10% deficit, the weight isn't going to come off as quick and it's going to feel really grueling because it's going to take a long time for you to lose that weight. So with my clients, I try and just make them go a bit more aggressive to start with. They'll get some really quick weight loss and it's just gonna shorten the suck. It's just gonna shorten the amount of time that you have to be dieting. And then once you come out the other end, one thing that I do go into actually in the 4 weeks coaching, but a lot of people don't talk about is the diet after the diet. And this is what's called the reverse diet.
And
So,
just quickly to interrupt you,
yeah,
I think that's the reverse diet's a really important point to get onto because I think people get afraid of doing the aggressive diet if they've got a lot of weight to lose because they're worried about, my quotes, if you can't see me, damaging their metabolism.
yeah, yeah. So if you do lose a lot of weight, um, just because you will be a smaller person at that point, your maintenance calories will be a bit less. So you will obviously need less food from a calorie standpoint. So if you did go, so this is what a lot of people do. They'll lose a lot of weight. You'll say, for example, if you have your maintenance calories, you drop 40%, you lose a lot of weight, your maintenance calories are now lower than what they were. So this is when people go back to eating how they were before the diet. They've actually gone now over their maintenance.
Going back into a surplus.
So now you've actually gone into a surplus. So now this is why people end up gaining more weight back than they actually started with, eating the same amount of calories that they did before the diet. So this is why you try and reverse diet out. So you try and find your new maintenance calories and then slowly, incrementally increase like 50 to 100 calories per week, depending on your size. And you only want to be gaining between 0.25 to 0.5% of your body weight per week. So it's very small increments in weight gain. And this will just end up building your calorie ceiling. So I actually posted maybe last week a picture of me very lean at the end of my diet, and I was eating around 1,500 calories. And then a picture of me a few weeks ago, now eating 3,200 calories, and still similar sort of body composition.
Mhm.
So I've managed to double the amount of calories I can consume because I've been slowly increasing my quote unquote metabolism over time.
Yeah.
And that's what a reverse diet is. So it's just incrementally increasing your calories after you have finished your diet. Because a lot of people, they'll diet for a wedding, they'll diet for a holiday, and then once that diet's done, they just go back to eating like they used to, and then wonder why they put all the weight back on. But if you actually hold yourself at that weight for a bit in the maintenance calories and then slowly build back up, it's so much better for you. I actually posted a picture yesterday or day before of my client Nick, who over a week's period looks like he's gained 5 kilos of solid muscle just because I've reverse dieted him out of the lowest point of his diet. Because when you are at the lowest point of your diet, you will be the most depleted. Your muscles will be kind of the most flat because they don't have stored carbs in them. So when you do start introducing more fuel, your muscles will kind of swell out. You will look the best you've looked, and your skin will look tighter around the muscles. So you won't necessarily be leaner. You'll be the same body fat, but you will look leaner because you have filled your muscles back out. And this is the best thing about reverse diet. So the period after your diet, when you start eating more, if you're a little bit vain and you like watching yourself in the mirror while you train, this is going to be the best you will ever look because you will be pumped to hell. And this is where you're going to look the best. So this is why you want to try and reverse out of a diet, because you can just start here slowly increasing your calories to build your calorie ceiling and then be able to, like me, of double the amount of calories you consume per day.
And this is 100% just rounding it all back round to why you want to track.
Yeah. So
Because,
if you didn't track that, you wouldn't know how much to be increasing. You'd be intuitively trying to add things back in, but you wouldn't know how much you're kind of having. So that's tracking. It can be a pain in the ass, but it is literally the best thing you'll do for your diet.
yeah, for a long-term sustainable approach
And
because you
yeah,
won't have to track forever.
no, you don't have to track forever at all. But go through a period where you get really good at tracking, you get really good at knowing what's in food. You can start eyeballing food. Then you can really start doing the intuitive eating. But before you start intuitive eating, you need to track.
It's just a tool for successful fat loss.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think that is a bad podcast to come back on.
Oh, it's not bad, yeah.
Not
It's
too
all right,
shabby.
isn't it? It's been
So you've
lovely.
learned that,
You need to download 4 weeks free coaching from James, is what
yeah,
you've learned.
that is what you've learned.
And
Forrest is here with his bits in the air. And soon
we'll have two.
we'll have to.
Anyway, if anybody is going through the whole fertility thing, do let us know
Yeah,
if you want to reach out. If you have any questions, we're not so far into it yet. Maybe you're further, but
yeah. Yeah, reach out to us on, I think the main platform for us will probably be Instagram.
yeah, for sure. Follow
Reach
us on
out to us on
Instagram.
Instagram, follow us on Instagram. Always putting out like daily content on there regarding all this kind of stuff. Probably not the fertility stuff yet, but maybe going forward, who knows?
Yeah, kind of haven't actually spoken anything about the fertility
No,
on
really
Instagram, but to be honest, it's because we're
it's short
going,
form on Instagram.
yeah,
You can't really get that kind of point across.
no,
And I'm
and
doing silly little skits up here like I'm well. So
but anyway, James Eagle Fitness,
James Eagle Fitness on Instagram.
Francesca Elizabeth Fitness.
On Instagram. We'll see you in the next podcast.